Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing? Welcome to my channel. Today we will be coloring in a colorful Christmas using our brand new Bianyo 72 alcohol markers. Now, one of these is a colorist blender, which is this one, which is the colorist blender. So I left link down where you can purchase these markers. Now, I got these on Prime Day for $40. So I thought it'd be really a lot of fun to color with these. I also have put together a color swatch chart for the Bianyo so you guys can see the colors. Hi, Joan. How are you? I'm good. Today I was not part of, since I saw that everybody was coloring Christmas, I decided that we would be coloring from this picture. This is the picture that I chose that we will be coloring from. So let me just put us in a little bit. I am doing good. Probably there's just a lot of people streaming today, so. The name of the book is A Colorful Christmas. This is by Color It. So this is the front cover of the book if anybody's curious. So we're going to be using the Bianyo markers, which I got for like $40. These are the Bianyo markers. We're going to be using these. These are alcohol markers. Hi, Lori. How are you? So we're going to be doing that. So these are the colors that I swatched last night. I finished swatching the rest of them this morning. I also recently got a haircut. I just came back from the hair salon. So if you guys want to see this, I think I'll show you the haircut. Guys, I cut my hair. You guys can't really see it, but I did cut my hair. I think it came out really, really nice. It's really different. It looks really dark, but I did get it cut. So I just wanted to show you the haircut. As you can see, I'm in the middle of purging my shelves. I'm in the middle of actually cleaning up my room a little bit. So, you know, it takes a long time for me to do anything in my house because I'm, as my mother would say, I'm lazy. But I don't think I'm lazy at all. Just my mother thinks I have selective memory thing. So I wanted to show you guys the hairstyle. So that way you guys can see. I think that's a little too blurry. There we go. It is a cute illustration. But I like this picture. So when I move the camera, it always takes a moment to adjust. So these are the 72 set. We're coloring with the Bianyos. And they come in 72. I left the link where you can purchase them. These were only $40 on Prime Day. So I grabbed them because I thought the deal was too good to pass up. This color is R218, which is geranium. And yes, I have a blotter page behind it. So don't worry, I do have a blotter page behind this. I saw that so many people were doing Christmas that I could not resist joining in on the fun. No, I have not used these before. The only thing I did with these, Lori, was swatch them. And I have the swatch sheet, which I did last night. I did the first page last night. These are the colors. That I did on regular paper. I didn't swatch them in my swatch book yet, but I wanted to see how they did on cardstock. So this is the colors they have. So I always like to make a swatch sheet so I know which colors we'll be using. Yeah, there is a lot of blues in this set. The only thing I wish they had included was more reds. I don't know how many blues there are, but there isn't a whole lot of reds. I think there's 3 reds in this whole set. There's some pinks, but it is primarily a big set of blues. It's a funny thing because if you're going to use different markers, but you know what I find on this paper for this book, because this book is this, the colored books are more toothy. The paper is like, if you've ever had a colored book, you know this. The colored books are very, very toothy. And it's funny because my Soho pencils don't like this paper. 71 plus 1 colorist blender. They say there's 72 colors, but it's really 71 plus a colorist blender. See, for this color, this is grass green. So now I'm taking out the 2 other colors. This is pastel blue and orga green. These are nice. They kind of are like a step. I would say they're very close to the Cali Arts, but a little bit better. Typically I do get a 3-day weekend, Joan. I am off on Fridays. So Friday is my day off because in my office we work 4 days a week, so everybody chooses a different day off. So I choose Friday, so if I want a long weekend, I get a long weekend. I did leave a link below where you can purchase these markers, so if anybody's curious about that. It is nice because then I get to spend time with you guys and see all the nice stuff that you guys are getting and what other people are doing on their streams. If you have markers and don't know which books to color in with your books, I'm going to tell you right now, the colored books are really nice to markers. They really like all my, I've been noticing that all the markers that I have respond very well to this paper. For whatever reason, this paper is just and I still have to do, I actually have only a few more flip throughs that I pre-recorded, so I'm going to have to go back and record some more flip throughs. So, you know, I like colors that just pop. Yes, I do have some Coloring Bliss books. Those are also good for market if you get, you have to choose the right paper. You know, I'm going to say something about that. You know, you get to choose your paper. You know, the thing about the Coloring Bliss books, they are a little bit pricey, but I personally think the book is worth it. What kind of printer do you want? Because there's so many different printers now on the market. You want to get a printer that really responds well to the kind of paper you want. HPs are very good. Epson's are, I have an old HP and it takes a lot of my marker paper very well. But you want to be able to get a printer that can print up to about 300 GSM or 150 GSM. So you can do, you know, markers, watercolor, all that stuff. That Epsons are very good. HPs are very good. Only thing is the ink. You have to also consider the cost of what your ink is going to be when you buy it. My ink, the printer that I have, because it's old, is has a problem with the ink bead because the ink is more expensive now. When I got it, it was brand new, and the ink wasn't as expensive. But the older your printer is, the more expensive the ink is. Keep that in mind when you buy them. Keep that in mind when you buy the. Mhm. This is deep red. Um, Sometimes you can, sometimes you don't. It's sometimes in the manual when you buy it, and sometimes it's not. So depending on when you go to the guy, ask the guy who is your representative at Staples or at things. Online, they have a better guide that teaches you this stuff. It's hard because every printer is going to be a little bit different. You know, you can tell the guy what you're going to actually be doing with the book, and then he'll give you what you're going to be doing with the printer, and then they'll give you the information based on what you tell them about yourself. And that's how you buy the printers. Well, that's how you typically buy them. Not necessarily how you should buy them, but that's typically how I got my printer. You know, when I bought this and this color is Vernonese green. This is Vernonese. You can buy this at $40, but I will warn you guys that the prices do change on markers. And I think there was one set left of these. There's another set that they have that's like this. Looks almost identical to this one. I don't know the difference. It just might be. But there's only one of these left, guys, if you want to buy this set. And right now they're $40, but remember, I bought mine on a Prime Day deal. So when you buy things on Prime Day deal, sometimes the prices go up. Hi, Gary. How are you? It's nice to see you here. We're coloring in A Colorful Christmas. We're good. Remember, guys, if you like this stream, give it a thumbs up. That helps me with my ratings and everything else. Nor do I think we're going to be done in one stream, this picture. And I learned something, that the way to avoid streaks is you have to be fast. And I so really want a fur baby. Actually, I want a cat, but my mother says no. So then I'm thinking, well, if I have a dog, no, my mother has this moment where she'll say yes to a dog and then she'll say no to a dog because, you know, in order to have a dog or a cat or any animal, you need to have the time and the patience to have an animal. And for your information, these have two ends. This is the point, the fine end, and then this is the chisel. So they're like any other marker. And they have this thing called 8606. I guess that's how you know they're Bianos. And guys, recently I was going through my gel pens the other day, and my gel writer pens. All of a sudden, what happened? Like they look like some of the tubes look like they have full ink, but guess what? The ink is not coming out no matter what I did. It was like I shook it. I'm like, when you shake it and nothing comes out, and then you're like, work, 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 and why aren't you working? And they're not working. And I was getting frustrated. Why are they not working? And then I realized, you know what? I have other gel pens that work much better than them. So I decided to get rid of them. And some of them were almost all used up, and some of them were not even coming out. So, part of decluttering is, knowing what you're going to use and how to use it. So then I'm going to take yellow. And this is called apricot. The only thing that I don't like about this marker set is that they don't have enough skin tones. It's like hardly any skin tones. I think maybe what is there? Maybe one skin tone that I saw in here. And that would be the baby skin pink, which I'm like, that's the only skin tone that I was able to see in there. So I was kind of disappointed in there not being more skin tones. Because those who know me know that I like to color people a lot. You want basically a paper that has 140 GSM. Because that's what Linda Ravenscroft uses. But also, what I like about the Hewlett Packards is they give you a good service guarantee. So if anything goes wrong with your printer in a year, they will fix it and help you troubleshoot it. Same thing with Epson too. Epson's a very good company to get printers from. So if I was going for a printer, I would go either with Epson or Hewlett Packard. If you can afford a Hewlett Packard. But if you're going for quality, Hewlett Packard. But if you're going if you can't afford a Hewlett Packard printer, then I would recommend a Epson. A little bit on the cheaper side, but still very good quality. Hi, T Mac. How are you? And we're good here. We're just coloring from a color. It's colorful Christmas. And we're using my Bianyo markers. Yes, these are alcohol-based markers. And yes, you can smell the alcohol when you open these markers. So the sign of a good quality alcohol marker is that you can smell the alcohol in it. If you don't smell the alcohol in it, then it's not as good quality. Not to say that it's not. Bye, T-Mac. Thank you for coming, even if it was for a short time. Oh no, don't tell me it's buffering. Don't like when it buffers. Buffy, go away. Also, guys, make sure your settings are set to the highest that you can, because sometimes if your settings are not set high, it'll disappoint you. You know, I film with a webcam. I don't film with my phone. I actually find that the webcam is a lot better to film with than my phone. When I first saw these were originally $140. When I saw them again on Prime Day, they were $40. So I don't know if the price is going to go back up to $140, or if they're going to keep them at $40. So for $40, what do I have to lose by trying them? So now I'm going to do another color. Pastel violet. And medium pink. So how's your did that fix your buffering, Lori? This is pastel violet, and the color is R703. I know, right? Um, Copic markers. Copic sells a pastel set. The one thing that I wish more sets had of markers is that I wish more marker sets had white. Then you have pink. This is medium pink, and this is R502. I really like this color, these colors. I like that the colors in this set are really popping. Like, sometimes, we say popping, but these colors really tend to work. Hi, Candy. How are you? I sent out your package today. I sent out the books today, so you should get it Wednesday, they said. You know what? Then you would probably like Copics or Winsor and Newton markers. Even the Lame shows have some pastels, but then you would probably like the Copics because they have a lot of colors that are different. And that's not to say that Copics are the B end and all end of markers, because there's some very good stuff out there that isn't Copic related. And this color is B114, and this is a cornflower. Cali Arts. Honest to God, you get a lot of colors. I would suggest Cali Arts. Now, here's the thing. The reason why I suggest Cali Arts to start, because they're good budget-friendly markers. You get 100 markers for about $40, $50, or even $33. I just bought another set of Cali Art markers for $33. So, because they have so many colors in them, and because they were on Prime Day, and also I had gotten some affiliate money, which helped to offset the cost of them a little bit. Mm-hmm. And this color is called Jacandra. I've never heard of this color before. It's R614. It's a brand new color to me that I've never even heard of. And someone asked me, what marker should you start with? And I always say Cali Arts because some people may not like markers when they start. Some people may love them when they start, but you don't want to spend a fortune on them when you start. So Cali Arts are a good way to get alcohol, a lot of colors for not a lot of money. But the more you get into markers, the more you see what's out there, like Copics, Chameleon, Spectrum, Noir, Bianyos, Prismacolor markers, which, by the way, I do not have any Prismacolor markers, but I know a few people who really, really love them. So different colors are going to respond to different people depending on what they like to color. Using markers is therapeutic in a way. For me, anyway. So this is B714 turquoise green light. And this is vermilion. But I'm thinking maybe I should use a different color from vermilion. And this color is a weird color also. This one is a color I've never even heard of. It's R213. It's called Rose Bouillard. I've never even heard of that color. There's some weird color names in here. Like a dusky pink. Brush markers are nice, but here's the thing you gotta remember. That brushes, sometimes if you get poor quality tips or brushes on the marker, you have to replace them. When you get into more expensive markers, you start to have different things come up in the thing. This is vermilion. Well, it's funny, this orange looks more like a red orange shade. Looks more like a red than an orange. This is pale green. And this is pastel yellow. So we're going to use pastel yellow. Like if you use the Copic sketch, which are my brush tip markers, I really like using them because of the brush tip. But I have Copics that aren't brush tipped as well. So I like the brush tips on my Copics. That's one reason why the Copics are really good, because you can buy them in the brush tip, which is the Copic sketch. I think even the Copic Chow has a brush tip, but I'm not sure because I haven't tried the Chows. So sometimes the Winsor and Newton markers, they started selling them in brush tip too. These are really pretty. I like these markers. Mm, about a year, I would say. And I'm still learning everything about markers, because markers are just really nice. I haven't really learned how to blend as well as I would have liked to have done blend. This one is called, this is Sky Blue B003. There's a lot of different brush markers now on the market. Arteza has brush markers, but really I consider those watercolor markers. I know they have the twi markers, which I don't have those yet, so I'm kind of in a state of I'm kind of in the state of what do I want to keep, what do I not want to keep. For me personally. And last week I was kind of very, very excited after the Comic-Con stuff dropped from San Diego. Like, I was kind of surprised that they dropped Blade. Like, I was kind of surprised that they are going to be doing a Blade movie. That came as a little bit of a shock to me, because I don't think anybody was expecting the Blade announcement. For me, I like this is yellow ochre, the color I'm using now. For me, I'd rather buy the art supplies from either Amazon or Dick Blick. And I think it's important to know why I would buy from them, because I know when I buy from them that the quality is there. When you buy from budget stores, this is not to say, like, when you buy from stores like Dollar Tree or another stuff, a lot of people go through them and sometimes they pick through the stuff. But when you're buying from an art supply like Art Jerry's, Art Rama, and the other places, that they're charging you what they deem a good price. Art supplies do get expensive, but I think, there's an old expression: you get what you pay for. Not to say that you can't find good stuff in the discount stores, but sometimes the discount stores are where people first start their journeys. Now there's a lot of different companies coming out with markers and supplies and stuff. So, you know, I'll tell anybody this: buy what's right for you. Don't buy what you think you would like. Buy what you would want to buy for yourself. And this is Ditech Blue. True, because I bought my Winsor and Newton set, the Pro markers, at Walmart.com, 48 of them. Now that set that I bought of Winsor and Newton, when I bought them on a deal. Those markers, I'll be very honest with you. I was told those markers go for $100 and something, the Winsor and Newton markers. So when I got them as on a deal. And this is Vivid Pink. Here's my red. This is Geranium. I'm pulling it back out. I really like coloring with markers. This color is Parrot Green. Yeah, I went to a Dollar Tree when I was on vacation, actually. There was a Dollar Tree by where we vacationed. So I actually went in there for the first time during vacation. Me and my mother were actually quite impressed with it because the Dollar Tree that we had wasn't small by any means. It was like a big supermarket in its own right. Dollar Tree has a whole lot of stuff in there that you wouldn't think they do. And this is pastel yellow, and this is Y204. You know, somebody asked me, will I do more markers? Thank you, Gary. You have a good day. I know you've been having some issues, so hope you get your issues solved and have a great weekend. So next week we'll do another giveaway, and next week is the start of Creative Haven August, guys. So next month we get a really nice thing next month for you guys. And this color is G825, and this is called Petite Poise. I know there are a lot of other people streaming right now, so thing with markers, though, if you do leave streaks, you can always go over it with pencil, and that helps you, you know, take out the streaks. Thank you. It's hard because you know it's hard to be doing the chat and coloring and try not to make mistakes. But I always make mistakes when I color. Hold on, guys. So I just grab something to drink a little bit. Also, guys, I got this little thing from one of my coworkers. This is a thing that she got me with the name like a little seashell. I like these little things. These are so cute. So, I was seeing that everybody was doing holiday pictures. And, you could also use these Christmas pictures, I guess, for Christmas in July. Hi, Kim. We're coloring for my Colorful Christmas by Color It. We're using my new Bianos. They're very nice. The thing about these markers is they're nice and thick. Like as far as the barrel. Put a nice, little barrel. The barrel's thick. They're very lovely. I did this whole picture so far with them. And guess what? No people today. It's not a portrait today. The colors are very pretty. I did swatch them. I know, I was commenting on the skin tones. This is the set of 72 of them, actually. That's the first page. I made a chart, a swatch chart, before I even began last night. So that way I would know. I don't always stay in the lines. If I don't, I just remember whatever color I choose to go over it with. I can always do that. I also cut my hair today, so when my mother comes home, she'll see my hair really nicely done. Which the set you have? The Bianos? Do you have these, Kim? I like them a lot more than I thought I would. You have Cali Arts. How many? The 100 set? Because we were talking about, someone asked me, what's the set that you would start off if you were recommending art markers? And I said Cali Arts because you get 100 colors and they're not a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Libby, these are Bianos. They're not Cali Arts. These are the 72 set. I think there's a bigger set of these, but they're a lot more money. The bigger set. See, I'm putting them on. Oh, this is, what is this color? The color that I just finished using? Petites, potatoes, pales. They come up with weird names for colors. I swear, it's like, it's a really funny thing how they come up with the names of colors. Now, this is coral pink. And to me, if you buy 100 set, you get a lot of colors for not a lot of money. And also, when you're doing markers, you don't want to break the bank because you might not. Certain people might not like them, and they might go back to pencils. And not everybody is going to love the same things. Now, I know a lot of people like pan pastels. I personally don't like them because I find them very messy to work with, but that's my opinion. But I know there are people who do beautiful work with it and love them. Doesn't mean it's a bad media. It just means it doesn't work. Not everybody is going to use the materials the same way. You shouldn't be intimidated. These are Bianos that I'm using, Kim. The only thing that I wish there were more than this set was skin tones. Other than that, I think this is a good set. Yeah, so why were you disappointed with them, Kim? Talk to us about why you were disappointed with the Biano, because what I'm using is Bianos. Were they dry? Were the caps off? What is it? Why want to know why you were disappointed with them? That's funny because I'm thinking the color choices are really good here. Maybe it was an early set that you got. I'm a little disappointed about the skin tones, but I think that's like a minor thing because I have so many sets of markers that I kind of can get around the skin tone with another set of markers. A teaser is starting to. A teaser just came out with another new product, and I'm like, skin tone markers. Now, I'm going to tell you something, guys, and it wasn't in my initial review because I didn't realize it was doing it. But every time I use the Arteza Everblends in a book, they leave a yellow residue on any picture that's behind them, even with a water page, and I don't know why they're doing it. So I'm not happy about the Arteza Everblends leaving yellow residue. John from the Bibliophile colorist also has the same problem with the Arteza Everblend markers. So that's like my one little gripe about them. Otherwise, they would be a perfect marker if you were looking for budget markers. But I'm not happy about that. Doesn't matter which book, it always leaves a yellow residue. And they shouldn't be doing that, and I don't know why they leave yellow residue. And even in the Jade Summer Grayscale books, they do that too. See, I don't know if this is going to leave a residue because some markers do leave residues. And it's very annoying when they leave the residue like that. Wow, 10 of us in here. Someone told me it might be the paper because it's create-space paper, so it leaves that residue. So I'm going to try and using the Arteza Everblends in a toothia paper like this, and then see if they do that in another way. Back to geranium. Also, remember, guys, when you lay down your marker color, it always comes out a little lighter, sometimes darker than when you do it. So keep in mind that sometimes the colors are going to pop differently. This color is called Seacrest. This is Color It, A Colorful Christmas. See? What I notice in this set is there's a lot of blues and a lot of greens in this set. So it's a really pretty book actually. This has a lot of nice pictures in it, and I've colored quite a few in them. And this is cerise. You can see I have the markers. I just like certain colors more than others. We might be able to finish this today, or maybe not. If we don't finish it, we'll work on this and then I'll take something out from another book. I think the picture is really pretty. I'm going to go back to pastel violet. I don't think we're going to finish it today, but this is salmon. This is periwinkle. Deep red. This is light clear blue, but really it's a green. I don't know why they always call this color light clear blue, because it's not a, like, it's like a darkish greenish blue. This is deep red. Remember, guys, these are the Bianyo. These are not. This is baby skin pink. Normally, I would use this as a skin tone, but I'm going to use it for the cane. Which one with the hearts? This, the green one, or the bow? This is marigold. which is a yellow. But I missed the spot with the baby gold. Sometimes you do miss spots. Very rare to miss spots, but you do miss them. I really like the way this is. This has been a fun a fun picture to color. Y107, lighting yellow. Indian blue. I think this would be a fun picture to give to somebody for Christmas. Then you think about all the presents you open up and how colorful everything is. Um, so, I was kind of surprised by what they introduced in phase 4 for Comic Con. But I was really surprised by Mahershala Ali being picked as the new Blade. I was kind of like shocked when that came out. I was like, what? They're redoing Blade, Marvel? When I think of Blade, I always think of Wesley Snipes and all those. All the crazy things that he did as Blade. I'm just calling this. This is the final piece of this picture. I wanted to show you guys this. I wanted to work with these since last week, but since I was already in the middle of a project, I decided to put it off to this week to show you the Bianyos. So it's really a fun project. Now I'm looking for an orange. This is called Green Cream. Cream Green. Did they have this in there? G611. So I really like the picture. Thinking, you know, as we come to the end of this picture, I think to myself, what lovely pictures. No, there's a lot of nice pictures in this Christmas coloring book. Really, Kim? They're only like $20, and you get a lot of pictures for $20. I think I have what was the last color book? Summer Scenes. I think I have a flip through of the new one, the Summer Scenes book. I tell you, there's some really pretty coloring books in there. This is Vermilion. This will be the final piece for the. But look at what you get. You get like tons and tons of pictures in the book. $20 is really not a lot for the amount of images you get in a coloring book, Kim. They used to be $18, and then they raised the prices up. But they raised the prices because of product. You know, they have to develop products, and it's costing a lot more money to make products. So keep that in mind. So that's the picture, guys. So I'm just putting the markers away just for a little bit, so get some. I really like it. I always keep everything. I'm trying to be neater about how I move things and store things. I'm also in the process now of starting to declutter things that I don't need, because it is important for me to start going through what I really need, what I don't need, what is still good, what is not good. So it's kind of like, yeah, but these pages are really good quality, and the paper is good because you can use markers. But just to give you an idea of how much is in these books, you know. See, here's a picture I never finished. I have to take the argyle color and redo this and do this. So I gotta try and find a color close to this. I don't know if I still have that color. Then they give you the tips, and then you get something like this, which I colored. You know, think about the quality. I'm just showing guys how much you get in the book for $20. I want to show Kim this because this is another picture I colored. Some of this was done with, I think this was mostly done with pencils, and a lot of this book was, some of it was done with pencils, some of it was done with markers. I don't even remember all the markers I used in this. So you get a lot in these books, Kim. Cat in the... I think this Christmas book is one of the better books. This I started with Soho pencils, and the Soho pencils absolutely hate this paper. This is a picture that we just did. These are some cupcakes I'm working on. If you like coloring religious pictures, I think this is perfect for someone who's very religious and wants to celebrate Christmas. So you see, Kim, the $20 price tag I think is worth it. Now, some people will argue with me and say that it's not. And no, I do not have acrylic paints. This is another one I did. So I want you guys to think about the pictures that you color and when you get a book. I'm just using this as an example. So 50 images for $20 is not actually a lot. And we all know who would love this picture. You know, when I got them, Kim, they were about, what would they charge them? 17, I think, dollars. When I first started buying them, they were charging 17 for them. I like this last page in the book with Mr. Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus. I think this is a really cute book. So if you guys like that, just saying that this book has a lot of pictures in it. Don't look at the price tag and think that the books aren't worth the price tag, because I frankly think they are worth the price tag. So this is the picture that we did today. So what would you guys like me to work on for tomorrow? Because next week begins Creative Haven month. So start thinking about that, guys, because I almost did a Creative Haven book today. It was going to either, I almost wanted to start doing a Creative Haven, but I actually almost did something out of Winter Wonderland, Christmas Fantasy Fashions. I do coloring books from my Creative Haven, so just giving you guys a heads up on what else I have in the holiday books. I also have this book. Someone was asking me about Coloring Pages Bliss. Now, her books are expensive too, but they're nice. I've colored quite a few pictures in this book. I got this one on mixed media page too, so. think that, you got to think about when you're buying your books, do you like what medium you're going to use with them. So, it wasn't until I started trying markers in the coloring books that I found that the paper is really good. So, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this stream and have a wonderful weekend. I know there are a lot of people streaming right now as well during this time. So, everybody have a great, great time. And thank you for coming to the stream. Bye, everybody. See you tomorrow.